Okay, YouTubers, here I am again. I have to remind myself to slow down because I'm so passionate. I'm so hyped about the things that I want to give to you that sometimes I will go a little off and I have to watch my last video to kind of sort of pull it back in because like I said, these are the things that sits on my mind, and there's only a handful of people that I can really communicate with about it. And just going back over a drag back to the last one that I just did. Okay, so here it is. The topic of that one was business versus working, and my mommy or my insight into that for our kids, teenagers, tween boppers. This is more like for you guys. This is and don't get it wrong, some of you older adults can damn sure take from this, and I say you could take from it because it's information. Again, you probably didn't have a person like me, or if you did, your ears must have been closed, or you must have been too hard partying, or maybe you felt like life was just giving it to you really rough. So you guys still can use this too. It's just, again, just me. But like I was saying, business versus working. Okay, so here we have a group of kids getting out of high school, right? And handful of them will hit college, handful of them will hit the workforce, and then a handful of them, that handful, parents, we've got to get our people together. Kids, you've got to also learn to take control of your life. And when I say take control of your life, I am not talking about sex and parties and that stuff. If y'all don't take a chill pill on that and give yourself a minute, okay, that ain't going nowhere. Trust me when I tell you, Vegas ain't going nowhere. Neither is Miami. All that's going to be there. Slow your roll and understand how to get yourself squared. Okay, that's my favorite thing. Get your square together, okay? Square up, okay? So, with that said, business versus work. You guys are coming out of school. Then you got that little spot where, either you went to college or you're going into the workforce. No offense, I'm gonna just leave that one alone. I'll talk about that one later. I'll leave that one. But what I'm saying is okay, you've got a handful of kids who knows that some schools offer you a little more, and some parents know about it, some parents don't. And the counselors and the administration people know that there is this place, and I'm going to look it up in each state because YouTube, if you look me up, T-Mac, you'll find me. And this is a question a lot of parents should ask. Business versus work. Say all your kids went to college, or some of your kids came out of high school and they got some certificates that allowed them to do some things. So you either get them into the workforce with the degrees and certificates that they got, or you get a handful of them who were top billing in their class, meaning they paid attention, they understand how the things work, and you get those kids together and you create a business. You don't always have to come out of school and college and go straight into the workforce. If you're smart and you're researching and you've got a team and you and your squad is paying attention to what you're doing in school, you guys should have your little portfolio. You should have your little goal list and how to complete your goal list. Everything ain't for everybody. College ain't for everybody. And parents, why are you going to waste your time and your money? If you got it, you got it. But if you ain't got it and you putting that kid into college, knowing good and well he or she ain't even feeling it, it's not, oh, you're going to be the first in my family to go to college. Stop that. You're putting yourself in debt and you're putting the kid in debt. Stop. Find another avenue. Here's another avenue. If you know that your kid ain't passing tests, or your kid is turned off by school, find another route for your kid, okay? It's called dual enrollment. Some kids can be homeschooled, okay? Whether you chose to have that kid or that kid popped up, whatever, it's your responsibility. So figure out how to make your responsibility work for the whole family, okay? All right, just saying. So, like I said, kids, you get a group of your friends and you're like, oh, this person knew how to do marketing. Ooh, this person knew how to do accounting. Ooh, this person was managing well. Why don't y'all get together, form a business? It is a lot of government grants out here. You got to play the search and find game. I'll talk about that a little later in another video. And work your business, okay? You guys, it is a lot of things out there for you all. I don't care whether you white, black, Chinese, whatever. You can get it in, okay? All of you guys are going to come out of school competing for the same job, and only a handful of you are going to get it anyway because they need to keep their bottom line down, which means they're not hiring everybody, okay? All right. Moving on. A person like me, I like to find myself to, you know, give my kids anyway. Everybody can't do what I do. You know, I'm telling my kids to slow down, use your jobs, go to school, save your money to get the things you need. So that way when you roll out, you got it, and you not... I do not like me, my kid coming back home to something. Can I borrow $5? I don't want the $5 kid. No, I don't want that kid. Something went wrong. You shouldn't be borrowing no money from me if you paid attention. Okay? You kids stop borrowing money from your parents. Figure out how to get it. And no, I'm not talking about street pharmacists. Okay? All you street pharmacists, all y'all doing is just making that warm bed for that jail cell. The money you down stack, if your girl ain't taking it or your boy ain't taking it, you're using it for bail. Street pharmacists, 86 yourself. Stop it. Seriously. Besides, it's legal if you go over to the places anyways, and you know good and well they ain't putting all that stuff on the books. Okay, because ain't nobody really regulating how much marijuana is growing. Okay, but that's a different story for the street pharmacists. But to the kids, anywho, who actually do have a good perspective of where they're going and how to get there. Listen, you may have gotten the degree but might not be the best candidate to do the business, so you hire someone. My take, when I learned from my grandfather who was a millionaire, he actually paid attention to his bottom line. And even though some things went sour there, one thing they will not take away from me is the information that he bestowed in me. Because that's what I'm about to get to some of y'all. Okay? Pay attention. Now, going over my framing, it's really just trying to get you guys to see and to understand how to give it to your kids. You're like, oh, my kid ain't listening. Slow down. Everybody kid will click on a different scenario. Okay? I discussed the ADHD. I discussed that because it's like they can't focus. I'm sorry. How many of y'all kids got these machines and devices? For real? Tell them to unplug. Oh, they can't unplug. It's called take the phone at bedtime because you're supposed to be getting sleep anyway. Take it. Boom. You ain't doing nothing with it anyway. Take it behind the sleep. Okay? Get it in. Now, I talked about a little bit about making sure your kids can complete a goal. It's one thing. Oh, give me your 1-year goal, your 2-year goal, your 5-year goal, then your 10-year goal. Goals is great, but they don't do nothing if you ain't making sure the kid is actually completing the goal. So your goal this year is to get a job. You're going to secure that job for the reasons of, okay, maybe mommy and daddy can't buy you a car, so let them save their money to buy a car. Don't be like, ooh boo, I need some money for the bills. Slow the hell down. How you expect them to get ahead if every time you turn around you digging in their damn pocket? No, I'm serious. Your money should be able to pay your bills. And their money should be able... Now, I understand if they cutting up, then be like, no, you need to pay the bills. But if you was on the same page, and y'all need to be on the same page, save your money, get your car, boo, because you need to drive. Okay? You need to get to point A to point B. Everybody don't have a busing system, MARTA, SEPTA, and I don't know what everybody else got in their towns, but you get the gist. Okay? So, give your kids a minute to be able to get on top. It's just like you. The second you get a promotion, next thing you know, 4 more bills down came in and you got to pay them out. This is for the real hard working class people or even the bottom billing people. Because the people who got the money just keeps throwing it out. And honestly, if you had somebody who had some money, why don't you tell them to turn that money into your behind and tell them to write it as a tax write-off. Honey, the things I can show you how my grandfather did some things. Ooh, it was Juicy J. But anywho... No, I'm not shouting out to nobody. I'm just saying that's my little saying at home. But anywho, just moving along. When you guys are getting into high school and middle school, just understand what you want to do. What do you want to get out of life? You don't want to stay at home forever with your parents. And you don't want to, you know, necessarily just waste your time seriously working every day. If you're working every day, make sure you're working towards a goal. If you already had a car because you came out of school, good. what's your next step? Your next step should be looking into some businesses that you can invest in. Do not do the goddamn stock market, because they run on your damn emotions. The second everybody be like, ah, your money, you just lost it, okay? The stock market, in my opinion, is doing good. Only because somebody probably filled it. Yeah, she said that. Like I said, things I be thinking. Okay, that was my 10-minute. So now I got to do it again. Because, like I said, I just, the juices get to flowing. Sometimes I got to cap it. I had the book and I still. But anywho, I did discuss about teachers, veterinarians, police officers, and doctors, as like those are not my top billing for choices for kids to go into. And when I say doctors, I mean PCPs, okay? If you're going to be a doctor, be a specialist, okay? Because specialists make the money. Sorry, people break their bones every day, okay? Somebody's having some surgery. Be a specialist. PCPs, they seem to appear to be nice, but on the back end, you be sitting in that damn doctor's office for 2 and 3 hours. I'm about tired of their asses overbook. Oops, sorry. I'm about tired of them overbooking every 15 minutes and then throwing another 15-minute, and the next thing you know, you sitting in that dang on place for too many hours. I ain't got time for that. No, really, I don't want to be sitting in your office so that you can bill. I know all about billing. Don't play me. I know what I'm discussing, okay? So, and like I said, teachers, excuse me. Sorry, that was loud. And like I said, teachers are looking like the enemies because their hands are tied, because it's like they really can't help your kids. But I'm an advocate, so I'll get up in there, and I do appreciate the teachers who do understand me and my kids, because I tell a person in a minute, if you can't give my kid what they need, I'll pull them out. Homeschool, look it up, okay? The way they have homeschool set up is like your kid gets it, and if they're not getting it, them teachers be like, meet me in the blackboard room, we gonna work it out till you get it. This is what we don't have at our schools. And it's like, your kid is failing. Why is your kid failing? Because they can't do what the homeschool teachers do. Just saying. I know about both worlds, so you can go ahead and write me a little something, but I know what I'm discussing, okay? I ain't got time. They have buildings that your kids can go to and still be homeschooled. If you want it, you'll go after it, okay? You want them little boots and Coach bags, you'll go after it. All right. Now, as I was saying, it's not to demean any of the people who are in the profession. It's really just to say, it's a lot of other things out there that your kids can get into, and it's a lot of money out there that your kids can actually benefit from. But if you as a parent and you as a child, teen, preteen, you're not doing your research, you're going to be sitting at home on mom and dad's sofa, and that's not cool, okay? Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. I love some of those little fast food chains all day long, but at the end of the day, if I'm not investing in their stock, I really don't want to be bothered, okay? Well, all right. Just saying, we got to give our kids a different perspective, and it's called completing the goal. That's the whole message within the majority of things that I think about. We're not completing the goals. Oh, we're writing them, but we're not completing them. So if you're not completing them, what the hell are you writing them for? Take a chill pill and figure out how to make sure your kid hits the actual target, okay? And whether it's sports for your kids, and just remember, it's more than just sports, okay? Those seats are being filled fast. And if your kid doesn't make the cut, what else is your kid going to do? Seriously, just saying. Me personally, how rude. Oh, it's my son. Hey, buddy.